Yeah, good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for the introduction and for the invitation to be here today. I'm very happy. It's not my first time in Hungary, but it has been a lot of years that I have not been here. So thank you very much for the invitation. Yeah, if we want to be successful in combating climate change and the energy transition, we have to work together. I think it's quite obvious, but cooperation is not something that happens by chance. It has to be organized. And therefore, I'm here to present the oldest and biggest city network in Europe, which is Climate Alliance. It was founded more than 30 years ago. From cities. At that time, there was no covenant of mayors, there was no funding, there was no political support. There was only some people working in municipalities that said, this will be an important topic that will affect us as cities, as municipalities. We have to come together and work together. Since then, the network is growing and growing. We have almost 2,000 members in Europe. Cities, regions, states, and we have a close cooperation with the Amazon region in Latin America, because the deforestation is also contributing to climate change, and we are contributing to the deforestation. So we have to act locally here, but we also have to be aware on global processes that we are influencing with our way of living. So the cities, they said, we need a goal, we need a target. And so when a city becomes member, they commit to reduce their emission on the local level. We have renewed our target to reduction of CO2 emission. I think it's very important to have a target, but we also need instruments. We also need support, funding, it was mentioned, and we need a platform for exchanging. But our role is also to have a look on how which solutions are being presented on the political level, or national or international level. Not every solution that is being discussed, in our view, is going to really support the transition and the transformation process that is needed. Many solutions are directly to keep like everything like it is, to give it another name or another a way of describing it, but it's not a real transformation. So we are also critical looking at solutions that are being discussed, like compensation instruments that we are very critical, and others. So it's important to have principles that we developed with our members, how we want to achieve the transition and climate protection. So we need a systematic approach. This is what we learned from our members for more than 30 years. You cannot start doing individually actions. You have to have a systematic approach. You have to have a political willingness to do it. You have to create structures. You have to put funding, of course, or look for funding opportunities. You need instruments for monitoring your success. And you need to implement activities. And for all this, the networking is very important. So the Climate Alliance network tries to develop activities, action tools. We are working in several European funding projects, specific instruments for monitoring the CO2 reduction, like the Climate Alliance Compass and other instruments that we developed during the years that our members can use. It's also important in our view, and we heard it in the first session, how important it is also to involve the citizens in our activities, because even if we have funding, we have technical support and the political willingness, if we are not successful in convincing the citizens and include them in our actions, this can cause a lot of problems and stop our activities. So we have developed also campaigns directed to involve citizens in topics of mobility, like the city cycling campaign, or the green footprints, where we have involvement of kindergarten, children of the kindergarten, starting there already collecting green miles when they go to the kindergarten without using the cars. And we collect all these miles and hand over during the COP at the end of the year to the UN Secretariat to say the children are already doing their part, please take the right decisions. It's a very strong message. And other campaigns directed to involve citizens. We have in our network several working groups tackling specific topics like adaptation, financing, CO2 monitoring, all our buildings, which are, let's say, very relevant for most of cities, independently in the western or the eastern part. We are running together with other networks, city networks, the Coven of Mayors, which will be presented later by my colleague Miguel, which is the first initiative worldwide that recognized the importance and acknowledged the role of cities for climate protection. It is the only initiative that included and is working together directly with cities without including the national level in their political strategy. So the Covenant was a very, or still is a very important also political instrument to open doors in the Commission for the voice of the cities and the region. We do also try to influence and work on the international level, not to ask for things, but to show what cities are already doing on the ground, how they are organizing already the transformation, what are the problems that they are facing, asking for removing barriers on the international, European and national level, which is very important so that they can act as they want. And so also the international platform is very important to show what cities are already doing. We have several European and national projects where our members can join and participate, and where we involve them also in different activities. And we have a specific pillar of activities directed to support our indigenous partners in the Amazon region. As I said, the indigenous territories are the ones who are saving and a lot of carbon, because if these territories are being destroyed, we will have to compensate these emissions in addition to the emissions that we are emitting to the atmosphere. So thank you very much. And if any question, please contact us for any cooperation and wish of networking. Thank you very much.
Lady there, you will receive the mic.
Hello, I have a question. Do you have any numbers in your head regarding those green miles, any other indicator that in those programs that our citizens are performing the green activities?
We have, well, I don't have the numbers, but we have through our Compass, for example, the monitoring instrument, we can generate, let's say, and show how much cities are reducing, how much emissions they are reducing, so we can show. The campaign, so the city cycling campaign is very successful. All Bundesländer in Germany are supporting the city cycling campaign. We have millions of miles or tons of CO2 that are being reduced because they are using bicycle instead of using the car. This is the idea of the competition of the city cycling. Also the green miles with the city, with the children. We have, I think last year, more than 3 millions of green miles collected. So we have a lot of numbers, but I think most important is the cooperation and the platform that we offer to exchange experience, to learn from each other, and to bring advanced cities with cities or municipalities that are starting. And very important for us is that most of our members are very small rural municipalities that normally are not accepted by other networks, city networks. And we think it's very important to bring together bigger cities and rural areas together, especially because the energy needed in the cities will not be produced only by the cities. They need the rural areas. So we need to work together, also geographically. And so the members in Climate Alliance also represent this need for support. Small municipalities often don't have access to all this funding that is very nice, but often they don't have the capacities, the resources to join these initiatives or apply for projects. So also the networks, we bring these communities together and give them also the technical support to participate in such projects. There are a lot of colleagues here who are working in such big initiatives, which also gives the opportunity for small municipalities to participate.